Welcome back, everyone.
Go Wake Up Web3. Read the disclaimer. The best. Some say it's the best disclaimer in all the world, but it's just really the best disclaimer in all of crypto YouTube. So check it
Jay-Z,
out.
it's great to have you back.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Welcome if you're joining us on TikTok. That's a new platform for us. And I know TikTok is not a long form content platform, but they are trying to be, which is why we got invited to do our live shows on TikTok. So we're streaming on TikTok. If you have questions, if you're just joining on TikTok, pop it in. If you got a question, toss it up. We do answer questions live. Obviously, if you're on YouTube or X, you know that we can see the chats and we'll chat with you. Ice is here. Let's go. Happy Father's Day, everybody. A little bit belated. Ice, have you recovered from your heroic efforts? If you don't know, Ice was in charge of some emergency response for some tornadoes in his neck of the woods last week. So he was pretty freaking tired.
You want to hear something crazy? Most of you guys know this. I live in the mountains, like upstate New York. We don't get tornadoes or hurricanes or anything like that. And like 10 miles away from my house, we had multiple tornadoes, which is unheard of for my area. So
wow, yeah. I'm in mountains as well, and it's very rare for us to have. I mean, there might be one tornado in like within 50 miles every 10 years. So I don't know. All right, let's. That's the Discord. Don't be a moron. It's not our fault. It's your fault. Make your own decisions. There you go.
Yeah.
Pull up. Pull it like anybody that's flown or like do you if you flight sim and you're doing like the big the big like Boeing jets or whatever, be like terrain, pull up.
You think it'd be a little bit more pressing, like pull up now.
No, they don't want you to panic. It's a very, very calming, although it's really funny. Do you know what pilots call that voice? Anybody? Bitchin' Betty. Yeah, win Jenny Wealth. Exactly. Well, let me show you this because it sure ain't today. But
we basically came on to tell you guys it's all over.
When do you make your money?
When do we make our money, guys? When
you buy. You make the money when you buy.
I was having this conversation earlier with a few of my close friends. Now, besides buying Bitcoin back when it was like 4,000, like back in like 2018, 2020 era, this is one of the best opportunities you're going to have in crypto. We'll get into it more in a little bit, but guys, any buying that anybody's doing at these levels, I mean, with the exception of meme coins, maybe because some projects won't come back. But if you're buying AAA projects right now, I mean, I'm talking, the HBARs of the world, the Renders, the Ondos, the Links, all of the projects that we've kind of, been going over for the past, 7-8 months, even longer, actually.
Thanks, Digital Don just joined us on TikTok. Thanks for joining us. Welcome. Michael, thanks for joining us, jumping in. We are live. We are here. This is not this is a live stream on TikTok. So ask questions, say hey, tell us where we're wrong, call us idiots. We love it.
And Mr. Mark, great return on that 69% APR. It's insane, guys, what some of the returns are on some of these DeFi platforms. That's why you see things like Dexy and other exchanges really moving right now, because the people that are holding onto their crypto, they are doing things like liquidity staking, DeFi. They're trying to squeeze that little bit of interest out of whatever they are still holding on to. So
let me give you an example. So if you're new to crypto and we do hope we get new people to crypto. That's why we put this show together, is because when we were new, there were great shows, even if they've failed out now, but there were great shows that just taught basics. Shout out to like Wendy O, who still teaches the basics. But I learned so much from like Wendy O, Altcoin Daily, Crypto Jeb, Who else?
D's nuts. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway,
if you know, you know.
Yeah, but yeah. By the way, Ice just came in to say he bought more H bar. You don't have enough H bar. And hey, what is H bar doing right now? Is now a good time to buy H bar?
Right now, guys, I never thought I would see H bar almost hitting 6 cents again.
Look at that.
This is an incredible buying opportunity for.
I don't have any. I bought the last dip and have been rotating around into stuff like I said last week. I bought some Bitcoin, just a little bit of Bitcoin when it was at 60,500, and then when it went up to like 64, I sold it and bought XLM while it was down at like 21, and then it went up to like 25, and I sold it and I bought Bitcoin at like 62. And then Bitcoin went up to 65. Like I'm just trying to make little incremental changes there on my little stuff. But
yeah, and that's a really good strategy because not everything moves at the same time. And I mean, look at Render right now. If you pull up Render real quick, JC, it's a little bit to the left, down, right next to pump. Yep, right there. Look at that year, guys. It's down 50% for the year. This is in my opinion, the biggest crypto project in AI right now. Yes. Near technically has taken.
Let me take us off the screen so you can see the bottom of that.
We've already talked about Near a lot. Near has been having a phenomenal year. So it's like, why is Render down so much? And this is, to me, any buying right now on Render, like sub $2. Again, guys, if you watched our video, I think Render is going to like $40 at least, and that's actually pretty.
We're going to talk about today, like the AI sector is getting hit hard today. I think there's a chance, and I mean, I don't know that it's more likely than not, but I think there's a chance that we do see an AI collapse in the short term. Just like we saw a .com bubble burst, we may see an AI bubble burst, and the projects that are going to stick around are on a cheap price right now because, like when the .com bubble burst, Amazon dropped. Apple dropped. Guess where they are now? It's kind of like back in the day for some of us old folks when basically if you sold t-shirts and you're like, you know what, I'm going to sell t-shirts. Now I have a website. Well, your stock went up.
Back in my day.
Right. Hang on. I don't have the Uncle Ethan wig. But basically, all you had to do was
pull us back up if we're doing Uncle Ethan, all right?
Yeah, right. But just the point being there that everybody jumped on the .com bandwagon and everything exploded. But then the crap that had really nothing to do with the internet, it failed. So just because you own a tennis shoe making company and you're like, we're transitioning into AI, and your stock goes up 5x, it's gonna fall.
And that's the thing, guys. People are just chasing narratives right now. And
which, I mean, hey, they're making money. Look, we're chasing narratives. We're trying to make money for us. I'm trying to make money for me and my family and our Alpha Orchard community.
Bloodline, guys.
Like we're all trying to do it, but let's look at this. Let me refresh.
We are in extreme fear right now. Just regular.
We're really not though. That's funny.
Refreshed.
Look at that. Look at that. We're actually not in extreme fear.
We were like a few hours ago, but
yeah, market cap's at 2.14 trillion. Oof. Let's see. Bitcoin got hammered the last little bit here. Let me pull this up. Zoom in. And that was how low can we go? How low did we go? Okay. So this was last week. 3 weeks ago? Good grief. No, 2 weeks ago. June the 5th, we made it all the way down to 59,000. Today, the bottom of that candle wick is 61,893. So
getting crushed, guys. I mean, we say this a lot, but DJ, he's our in-house technical analyst. When he talks, I listen because he really, is paying attention to support levels, resistance, all this stuff. And it's really following the pattern that we expected. I know nobody likes to hear that. Nobody likes to see it go down. Everyone's like, oh, Reptar, if you knew it was going to go down, why did you tell people to buy 7 months ago?
Because we're playing a long game, folks.
Yes,
we're in this for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now.
You know, H bar going from 10 cents to 8 cents. You know, not ideal.
No.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years from now, when H bar is $100, you're like, dang it, I only got it at 10 cents instead of 7.6 cents. I could have had so much more. Okay.
The point is, guys, any buying that you've been doing over the past year, or any buying that you're continue to do over the next 6 months, you know, you're really not going to have anything to worry about. I mean, the dominoes are being lined up, so to speak.
Let's put a caveat on that. It's a risk reward thing. Look, if Bitcoin and crypto or AI or anything you invest in goes to zero, you lost. What are the odds of that? Do you think you have to figure this out for yourself? What do you think the odds are? And never put in more than you can just flush down the toilet. If it goes to zero, are you still okay? Can you still pay your rent? Can you still buy food? Can you still take care of your family? Look, if my crypto bag goes to zero, it will suck, but it will not. I'm not going to lose my house. Our retirement investments that my wife and I set up, they're not in crypto. So the money that I have in crypto, if it goes to zero, it sucks because I lose that money, but it's not going to ruin me and my family. However, what are the odds of it going to zero versus 20 years from now, it retiring my bloodline?
And that's the thing, guys. I mean, yes, a lot of these cryptos might go to zero.
Most of them will.
Yeah, most of them will. Bitcoin, Ethereum.
I'm sorry, Fartcoin is going to zero. Clip it.
Watch, we're going to eat our words on that too. It's going to 100x in the next 3 days after that.
It might. In the long term, it's going to zero. Just like, I'm not kidding. I was not making up an example. There is a shoe company. They make tennis shoes. They put out an announcement, hey, we're going to transition to AI. Their stock shot up 4x the next day. That's all. We're going to transition to AI.
It's
I guarantee you, unless they suddenly stop being a shoe company and start being an AI company, they're going to zero. Yeah.
You know what, Mr. Mark? Great point. And that's the thing, guys. We talk about diversity a lot. You know, there's a reason why we talk about tech stocks, about gold, about silver. You know, crypto and AI is where the long-term investment and the money is, but you still don't want to have your entire net worth in crypto. You don't want to have your entire
net worth in anything.
No.
I'm sorry, if you put your entire net worth in Beanie Babies and you got that one little pump, congratulations. Everybody else got wrecked.
And the worst part is, like, we talked about Render about a year ago, around 8 months ago is when we had our video that we were talking about.
And what was it, like $4 then?
Yeah. And to me, it was still a great buy at that price. Obviously, if you had bought Render last year, you are down 50% right now. Not great. But the thing is, it's still the biggest project in all of crypto.
Let me tell you my story. My first entry into crypto, 2017, 18. I just started learning about it, and I thought, wow, this whole like blockchain idea, I think this could revolutionize and completely change money and the financial system around the world. I think this is a big thing. This is 2017, 2018. I'm like, okay, so okay, I don't know. I don't understand charts or tokenomics or whatever, but I'm going to buy some Bitcoin. I have a little, I talked to my wife. I was like, look, I think this is kind of a big deal. Let's go ahead and get in on this. And that was like, I was like, look, Bitcoin went from like nothing to $100 to $1,000 to $2,000. Man, now it's like, holy crap, look at this. Where can this stop? And I started watching videos. And over the course of a few months, I accumulated a total of 1 Bitcoin. And my average cost, I had 1 Bitcoin and I had put in a total of about $15,000. So I had one Bitcoin at $15,000. I was like, ooh, this is I'm really uncomfortable with this. Oh crap, it's going down. Oh crap, it's going down. Oh crap, it's at 8,000. I've lost half of my value. I don't know how low this is going to go. I don't understand what's going on. I'm going to sell it and at least keep $8,000. I lost $7,000. Yeah. Where are we at now?
And you know what, JC? I think that's a great real world example, because that's exactly what 90% of people do in crypto. You know, they buy it when it's going up, they sell it when it's going down. And you know, if you're in this for the long run, if you believe in the technology, let me caveat to that. If you understand the technology, you don't want to sell it regardless of where the price goes. Yeah.
I like my Happy Father's Day, belated dad jokes
by the
are
way,
how
happy
I
Father's
roll.
Day to all the crypto dads
Look, this is like the greatest mug ever. Crypto dad, just like a normal dad, but way smarter.
Oh my God, it's so cute. He, my son's taking a interest in Bitcoin and crypto, and I'm trying to explain to an 8-year-old what money is, and it's very interesting because most adults don't understand what money is.
True.
So, it's really hopefully everybody had a good Father's Day, you know, and we definitely have quite a bit of news that happened while we were away, especially with everything going on with SpaceX and everything. If you guys didn't see, they lost basically $1 billion today.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about what's going. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
No worries. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, guys. The title is definitely not clickbait.
I will pull this up so you can discuss while I answer this.
All right, no worries. Yeah, everything is crashing right now, guys. I mean, look at that. What is that? Is that at 1.2 trillion? That's $1 trillion, guys, wiped out. Like, and guys, I know these numbers don't look very big. Obviously, you know, $1.2 trillion is basically half
the market cap of crypto.
Entire market cap of crypto. So that should just show you how early this industry really still is, to the point where half the market cap of crypto can get wiped out of the stock market in a single open. But it just shows, again, exactly what we were talking about, guys. The money was there. They put it in ahead of time. They sent it. And now they're looking for new places to put their money as we get to where things are overvaluated and we see a crash.
Yep. We're going to talk about why, like what, because like crypto news doesn't crash the stock market. World news affects the stock market. So we're going to figure out, however, stock market crashing does affect crypto. So we're going to talk about what's going on, what's causing this. Is now a good time? Like we said, you make your money when you buy, and then you watch it accumulate, and then you sell.
And the thing is, guys, we understand that nobody wants to buy when things.
I can't buy right. I would love to buy right. I don't have any money, so
most of you guys have already been in, or you put your extra money in. My point is, you know, sell it if you're holding right now. Selling really is the, you know, again, non-financial advice, but it's probably the stupidest thing that you could do right now. If you've already been holding and you're already, you know, if you didn't sell before this crash and if you're still holding, the only option is to buy more or just hold what you have, because selling at these levels right now is just financial suicide, in my opinion.
Look, I understand. I had to sell some crypto, you know, a couple of years ago because I needed the cash. Did I take a loss? Yes, but we had an unexpected bill come up, and I was like, well, I guess I got to take the loss because we need the money. It happens. But my not financial advice and what I am doing is like, look, I'm going to let it ride. I'm not my you know, our retirement funds, our 401ks and all that stuff. Like, I'm not like, oh gosh, the market is down. Sell. I'm not going to touch it for 30 more years. Is it down today? Yeah, probably. Is it going to be down 30 years from now? I hope not. That's why I'm investing in it. So let me show you this. This is one bit of we are going to talk about this later, but it does come up. So there's a 65-35 split. This is the current rate. There's a 35% chance of a Fed rate raise here next month. September is looking like a greater chance of a Fed rate raise than leaving it the same. Look at this. So let me show you this right here. Bank of America just put out that they are expecting Fed to raise the rate 3 times between now and the end of the year. So let's look again. July, September, October, December. There's four Fed meetings, and Bank of America is expecting 3 of those to be rate raises. Ouch. Do you think that might negatively affect the stock markets?
And that's the thing. I think this is priced in. Like, and again, guys, the big money knows what's happening. They always make the first move. So, like, when they do cut rates, I don't see, like, this is the reaction to them talking about cutting rates. Like, everything is always priced in before the news actually happens. And it's important to remember. So right now, what we're seeing, I think, is the preemptive selling, anticipating these rate cuts.
Yeah, and that's not the main factor driving it. This is, I'll show you some stuff here, some different analysis that I think that you may want to factor into your why is this happening. But yeah, South Korea's market crashed 10%, wiping out over 800 trillion, whatever I don't know what their currency is.
We don't know. We don't care.
No, I just don't. I don't know what that's.
No,
it's not one. I don't know what the signal. This little thing is. I don't know, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. Japan's stock market fell almost 4%. Shanghai and Shenzhen dropped 1.3 and 3%, wiping out 240 billion. I'm not sure which market this is, but felt like Asia's markets, and this is, I believe that India. Guys, like, markets around the world crashed today. See, India, Hong Kong. Okay, that's what that is. South Korea, Japan, India, Hong Kong, like, their markets just crashed. And yes, the United States market is the largest market in the world, but guess what? We're not the only market in the world.
And again, guys, this is again, as JC just said, this is a global thing. You know, like, the world economy is not doing great, just in general right now. So it's not really a surprise. But this is like a huge opportunity. Again, like, you know, I'm sure nobody enjoyed the Great Depression. Sure, it was not a good time for a lot of people. But if you had extra money to buy stocks or anything like that during the Great Depression, you probably did real well.
Yeah. And we can, this is not like a political philosophy class or podcast or show. Putting that aside, because it is important and something you need to consider. You and I and Reptar and every individual here has an opportunity here to do for ourselves and our families. And don't get me wrong, I'm not looking to, become a trillionaire like Elon Musk, but I'm more than, look. All right, I'll say this, not trying to be braggy, but just trying to say, like, this is my goal. Every year, my wife and I try and give away a larger percentage, like our tax deductions, whatever you want to call it. But the money that we donate, we try and make it a larger number every year, even if it's just $10 more. So I'm not looking to stop that and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna make my $700 billion and go buy, an asteroid and build a asteroid house and leave the world, whatever. So.
But
I don't know where I was going with that, even though we're not getting philosophy. Anyway, let's get back to the markets.
I think what JC was really getting that is guys, it's really about patience over the long term. And like as long as you're doing better every year, as long as you're taking advantage of every opportunity, you're going to be fine long term. And right now, yeah, it hurts being down this much. But again, if you this is such a massive opportunity for even the stock market right now. Like anybody that missed out on the SpaceX IPO,
Guess
like,
what? SpaceX is, well, it's right above IPO price right now. It actually dipped below it overnight.
So it's
I have limit orders for SpaceX at $80.
And that's the thing. I mean, it's definitely overevaluated, but it's still going to be a massive company. It's still going to do really well. But
yeah, if you think SpaceX is going away, it's not. But this is another red flag kind of thing. 8 stocks make up 35% of the index of the SPI.
And they just happen to all be
8
tech
stocks.
AI related stocks.
What happens if one of them has issues? That is a large percentage of the top 500 stocks in the United States. You think that's going to drag the rest of the market? Absolutely. So we are at a precarious place right now. So I am a big advocate of have a plan for all contingencies. If it goes up, my stock portfolio is managed by people. They know what they're doing. Great. That's, long term. That's the history of stocks in retirement is just leave it alone. Over time, 8% average per year. Some will be down, some will be up, whatever. I've got crypto in case crypto just goes to the moon, which I think it's going to completely rewrite, global financial systems. Cool. But, what if stuff goes down? Well, I've got the ability to find some cash, buy more stuff because long term. What if the whole thing collapses? Well, I've got some emergency food and, got a place with solar and well water and, make plans.
Yeah. And the thing is, we're, again, guys, we joke about things like the Great Depression, but like the markets are really not in a great place right now. And that's important to understand is like, that's a huge concern that JC just brought up. 8% or 8 companies should not make up 35% of a market
of the top 500. That means 8. So 492 companies make up the remaining 65% of the S&P 500.
Yeah, it seems a little top heavy, so to speak. So something like this happening, again, we can sit here and say we told you so all day, but we really did expect this to happen. This isn't a surprise to us.
If you're like, yeah, everybody says they told us so, you can literally go into our Discord. One of the channels is called Not Financial Advice. You can and we don't edit it. It's in there. DJ puts his stuff in there. We talk about it. You can literally go see what we've said for the last 2 years. We've been wrong. We've been wrong about lots of stuff. It happens. But what we're talking about now? Yeah, we've talked about this possibility.
And the only thing that surprises is how fast it happened.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But is this the bottom? Are we near the bottom? Should we be DCAing, dollar cost averaging? Like it may go lower, but this is a pretty good price. Do your research, figure out what you can do. This is just some more. This is bull theory. Just some more speculation on what's going on. Gold, silver, tech stocks all down. AI, semiconductor, deleveraging. I think it's very similar to the .com thing. Or I hesitate to call it the housing bubble because that was basically scam and illegal practices covered up. But people got all excited about all the .com stuff. And everybody was buying in. Everybody was taking out loans. Everybody was like, let's go. I wonder if the same thing has happened on the AI and semiconductor and, NVIDIA type stuff. Like, gosh, this is going. This is the future, and yes, it is. But Elon's not building gigafactories to build semiconductors because we have an abundance of semiconductors. We can't meet that demand yet. So maybe it's like, oh crap, yes, this is the future, but we're not there yet. We've over leveraged, so now we got to back out. Is that what's going on? Maybe, I don't know. I don't pretend to know.
I mean, I think that's exactly what's going on, to be honest. But again, there's a lot at play here right now, guys. That's the other thing to remember, as JC said. It's not just one factor. Like, it's very much like dominoes. It's like one thing is just gonna fall into the next, and it's just this cascade effect, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
People get leverage. People leverage trade. So that's basically, so think of leverage trading like this. You put up a little bit of money and take out a loan for the rest. Well, guess what? How is that any different than a company going, hey, let me take out this loan and I'm going to buy some of these AI stocks. I'm going to invest in these different AI memory, AI storage. I'm going to invest in those, but I'm going to take out a loan to do it. Oh, crap. That company kind of maybe was a little bit optimistic in what they're going to be able to do in the near term. Oh, crap. Now I have to pay this loan back. Is that what's happening? Like, are these big companies basically making leveraged bets and finding out, just like the rest of us who try and leverage trade, that you get liquidated? Maybe.
Chompy never gets liquidated. Just kidding.
But, you've got also JP Morgan warning that quarter end rebalancing could force up to 160. Like, they've got to rebalance their stuff. Pension funds, sovereign wealth funds have to rebalance back to fixed stock to bond targets. So they've got, we at the end of the quarter, they have to square their numbers up. And they're like, well, we're supposed to be 60% this, 30% this, but we went 50-50, but now we got to make it back to 60-30 because that's what whatever. Okay. Then you've got the Fed. 9 of the 19 policymakers are projecting at least one rate hike. Obviously, Bank of America projecting up to 3. That's not good news for stocks. The Japanese yen has had quite a year, actually. NASDAQ's down. Dow is down. Actually, barely up from Caterpillar. That's interesting. SpaceX fell. Alphabet is down 5% because AI talent is leaving. Imagine that. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I got 3 true. Yeah. Bitcoin's down, gold's down, silver's down. Okay. Let's this is annoying. Following the Netherlands, taxing unrealized gains.
That is asinine to me because it's
people will leave over that. Look, if the US starts doing that, I'm out. I'll go somewhere else. I'm out.
Because think about what they're doing. They're taxing you on money that you might make. Think about that.
They're taxing your net worth, not your actual profits.
Yeah, that's insanity to me because, again, they're very, very different concepts. I
will 100% leave the United States if they try and pass something like that.
Yeah, and I don't think they would ever do something like that in the United States just because, again, it not only is it going to push out investors, but it's going to screw the 1% that are benefiting from.
If I lived in Illinois right now, I'd be leaving. They just passed a bill and the governor signed it saying that they will put a tax on every crypto transaction. Oh, yeah, you moved your Bitcoin from your Coinbase to your ledger? Taxed. Oh, so if I move my money from my savings account to my checking account, you're going to tax me too? Screw you. I'd be out of Illinois so fast. All right, let's see. All right, let's do some, I think I've got some crypto stuff. Yeah, U.S. Senate passes a bipartisan bill blocking a CBDC through 2030. Again, look at that, 2030. I told you I will highlight every time something in the news says 2030. 2030, they're telling you.
It's guys, and again, that follows the Bitcoin cycle, the cycle that has held true since day one. You know, it's I wonder if I still have the chart, but it's like 2030 is what everyone's looking towards, and it lines up with the 4-year cycle still.
It's I think they're hinting that they're putting pieces in place to move. Hey, they blocked a CBDC. Okay, so the Fed can't make its own digital currency token until 2030. What do you think happens in 2030? Exactly. All right, SpaceX, yeah, dropped down to I think I saw 143 on the chart. Like I said, I've got a limit order for a few shares at $80. If it goes down, I buy more. I don't have a lot. I have 6 shares. Okay, guys, it's not a big deal. But I'll buy some more. I really just bought it so I could give some to my kids later on, so they can say they have some. All right, some Ripple news. Yay, XRP, which is what is Ripple at right now? Probably below 110. Oh, it has 110. Ripple's at 110. $1.10. My average Ripple price is below 50 cents, so I'm okay. Where am I at? Nope, right here. Okay, here we go. Ripple receives MiCA approval to offer regulated crypto payment services across Europe. Ripple, aka RLUSD or RL, I don't know what they're calling their stablecoin euro, but Stellar Rippler at Stellar_Rippler. So you're telling me Europe delisted USDT to hand the entire continent's on-ramp to Ripple's freshly MiCA-approved RLUSD. That's right. We talked about it last week. The EU has delisted Tether from their regulated exchanges. Like, they are not allowed to list or utilize or sell or trade Tether because Tether is not MiCA compliant. I speculated, Reptar, what do you think? You remember last year, Ripple put an offer in to buy Circle USDC. Circle was like, no, we want to go public. Does Ripple put in an offer to buy Tether?
I think the government doesn't want to deal with a bunch of stable coins. They want one. And I think RLUSD is going to be the chosen one. And I don't think USDC is going anywhere, but I would not be surprised if they either had some kind of partnership, teamed up.
Well, Circle is compliant with the U.S. and apparently they haven't been kicked off of EU stuff. So I'm guessing they're also MiCA compliant.
Yeah.
So
again, there's only going to be a handful of. The government's going to pick the winners. You know what I mean? They're going to pick who they, the companies that jump through all the hoops are going to be the ones that they are compliant and happy with. And obviously, Ripple has jumped through the mostest hoops ever. Yeah. So, I don't see, especially with all all these random stable coins that you guys see, especially like Tether, which has already had kind of a checkered past. I don't see them sticking around.
And it's just because they refuse to play ball with the governments.
Exactly.
And I mean, look, I admire them for standing strong and not being like, look, we don't want to be freaking regulated and we don't want to do all this stuff because that's not what we think the heart of crypto is about. And I get that. It's going to cost you. This is from Smoke Dog. MiCA slowing down the growth of Tether. The future of Tether is regulations like MiCA take effect. Many exchanges are delisting due to the lack of compliance. These are contributing to Tether's market dominance is declining. And these other stablecoins, like I said, to be a stablecoin, to be a US dollar-backed stablecoin, you have to purchase US treasury bonds. Full stop. You have to be backed by treasury bonds.
Which, in all fairness, is the safest thing that you can buy as far as investments go.
Well, I think it's a brilliant move by the United States to keep the dollar relevant because we've talked about many times, Reptar, you and I privately and on the channel here. other nations are dumping U.S. treasuries. And so now the U.S. government said, hey, well, we need somebody to buy these. Hey, if you want to issue a U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin, you have to buy our treasuries. And right now the treasury yields are up. So, hey, not a bad idea, I think.
Other nations? Oh, got some feedback on that. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you know, the U.S. is definitely positioning itself to take full advantage of this, which if crypto was ever going to be widely adopted, we knew that it had to play ball with the government. I mean, it was always going to be a thing. But
if you want to read these, check out Smoke Dog's post. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you because we've been running long. Here you go. Did you see this, Reptar?
Strange. And then after they just put all the sensitive military and health data and all this on a quantum protected blockchain, guys, they know what's coming. They know the risks and they are positioning. If you really want to make money in this industry, pay attention to what they're doing and what they're setting up, because quantum computing has always been the thing that's going to kill crypto. And we are seeing many cryptos preparing for that, especially, and some are that are already ready, like HBAR, Quant, blockchains that are already protected against this. But it's interesting that here, once again, we see the 2030 deadline. Again, all the dominoes are really just lining up, guys. It's not hard to see their motives behind all of this.
And let's I mean, for all the doomsayers, crypto is going to just quantum computing and quantum hacking is going to destroy crypto. If it can destroy crypto, it can destroy everything.
And you know what, guys? I'll say this: I miss going to the mall. I miss actual shopping. Hate the internet. I hope quantum computing does destroy the internet, but you know, so it's a win-win scenario. Either crypto just gets absolutely sent, or the internet just gets shut down completely. And then you know what? Great.
Of course, then we have to deal with, you know, the T3000s and
and all the planes falling out of the sky and all the people on life support that will inevitably die. So the point is, guys, it's like if the internet goes down or if quantum computing breaks crypto, we have much, much bigger problems to worry about.
I'm just looking to see if there's any. I have one last little funny thing that's actually, this is a feel good. I'm just looking to see. That's actually not bad. Crypto groups push Congress to exempt mining and staking rewards from tax. I don't know if you're going to get them behind that, just because you could think of staking rewards as the same thing as interest on your savings account, right? You put the money up, it's staked, you get a return. That, like, they're going to tax that. There's the government wants their money, even though it's not their money. I'm just looking to see if I have a funny to end the day on. I just wanted to see. Yeah. Oh, so hey there, little crypto investor.
My friend sent this to me in our work group chat.
Why don't you tell us about which coins are in your super cycle today? None of them. Whoops. That's all I meant to do.
Hey, our little crypto investor.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, that's right. Trump has said we're going to pay off the debt with crypto, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here's a funny. Okay. This guy lets an AI agent handle his scam texts for a week. A scammer asked him to buy a $500 gift card. The AI agent, you need to get chompy on this, spent 4 hours driving to Target. The AI agent sent status updates to the scammer. I'm at the red light now. There's a very handsome squirrel on the sidewalk. Do you think he's married? It said, I forgot my purse. I got to go back home. Wait, this isn't my house. It sent a screenshot of a caption to the scammer claiming its eyes were blurry and couldn't see the buttons to wire money. The scammer solved the captcha for the AI. The scammer eventually typed, please just stop talking. I don't want the money anymore. God bless you, but leave me alone. Total time wasted for the guy, 14 hours.
The script should be open source. Guys,
that's how you deal with a scammer. This is the
perfect example of AI being used responsibly. and that's the thing. So we've talked about this before, but like AI is just such an incredible tool. I mean, one of my close friends was just scammed for crypto, and he opened an investigation with the FBI. in the CFTC. And Chompy was very useful in assisting us with that, getting the transaction records, seeing where the money went, seeing what wallets belong to where. And AI it's used for a lot more than just these random videos you're seeing on Facebook.
Yeah, it's not AI is going to be, the Terminator. Like nuclear power can be used to provide energy. It can also be used to blow things up.
That's a great example. It's literally
like, we can use it for good stuff too.
It's the entire, again,
like ruining scammers' lives.
But with anything, it's like it's how it's used.
I argue there is no higher calling than to ruin the life and waste the time of a scammer.
And that's just amazing because it's like, who really wants to sit there for 14 hours and just dick around a scammer? But my AI agent can do it, and I can go about my day. So
I love it.
But yeah, guys, we will again tomorrow we have game night, but we're also doing our AI trading classes on Thursday as well. So if you guys want to learn how to screw with a scammer for 14 hours, then you guys can build your very own AI agent.
Forget having your AI agent trade, the Bitcoin 5-minute chart. Let's build an AI agent to waste the times and the entire lives of all these scammers. I need it on my, all these scam calls and text messages. I need Chompy.
You need him to answer, and oh my, see, that's such a smart, again, you got to be careful because you are giving it access at that point to your voicemail and your inbox and the ability to send messages and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I like it. You
can put rails on these AI agents, guys. There are things that you can do, and
now you better put on good rails, or it'll cost you $1 million. But all right, we will see you in the morning. Hopefully, we'll have some good news to talk about. But bottom line, go do something else.
Yeah, guys, if you're just getting into crypto now, you could not be getting in at a better time. If you've been in for the past year and you're hurting and down bad, just
remember, I had a whole Bitcoin at $15,000 and I sold it at $8,000.
Yeah. And again, guys, we're thinking about this long term, 5-10 years. Where are these markets going to go? And even if you're in this for the short term, now is probably one of your best opportunities because it doesn't go down much further than this. Especially, these pullbacks on all of these, the cycles since the beginning have been around 60%. We're about 50 for most cryptos across the board. So there's not much room to fall lower, I don't think, especially with a lot of these projects that are so relevant that if they do fall lower, people are just going to dump money into them. So as long as you're sticking with the good projects.
Let's talk about the last Bitcoin cycle. It went all the way up to almost 70,000. That was the top. And if you bought at the top of the last cycle, 2021, you're down a little bit.
You're basically bad.
However, if you bought the huge panic, oh my gosh, it's over. This is garbage. Everything is red everywhere. We're all going to die. Bitcoin was at 16,000 in 2023.
It's roughly a 5x.
You're still okay. Could Bitcoin go lower? Could Bitcoin go into the 50s? Sure. 4 years from now, we should be at the bottom of another cycle, right? 2 years up, 2 years down, 2 years up, 2 years down. Is the bottom of the cycle going to be 60,000? The bottom of last cycle was 16. If the bottom of this cycle is 50, you're still okay.
Yeah. And again, guys, the cycle has not ever been wrong. It's always played out. And a lot of people say, oh, the cycle.
Despite people saying, oh, this time's going to be different. Guess what? In October of 2025, that was the 4-year top. People are like, nah, it's going to super cycle. This is just a mid-cycle correction. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But guess what? It rolled over on exactly the timeline of the 4-year cycle.
Yeah. So to us, we are still sticking with the 4-year cycle. And again, guys, it's not just this magical thing. It's based on the halving cycle of Bitcoin. There's a reason for it. It's a massive supply shock. So, with all this good news on top of the supply shock and everything else, I mean, I really think the 4-year cycle is going to continue. And right now we're just at the bottom of it. So, right now, I think, the best thing I think anybody can do is just educate themselves on what.
Just keep learning. Go watch the people we talked at the beginning. Go watch them. Go watch and learn. Find some people. That's the beautiful thing about the internet. You can go back and watch people's stuff from 2, 3, 4 years ago and see, what did they say then? Did it play out? Did they get it right? What did they get wrong? And you can find people to follow. For example, if someone says this year in 2026, XRP is going to $10,000, you go, okay, what did they say last year? They said XRP is going to $100 when it was at $1.50. Were they right or wrong? Oh, they were way the hell wrong. Maybe you shouldn't follow them.
We really need to read the mean comments this week. We need to get that video done because we have quite a few hate comments that we need to that I'm very excited for us to read to you guys.
All right. Let's get out of here. We've been talking for a long time. Thanks for joining us for this long form content, especially on TikTok where, attention spans are 30 seconds. Love you guys. We'll see you in the morning. Woo. Chompy, take us home. Get those spam callers.